Uh, Janitor Jim was mad because he wanted to eat. He brought specific food in, and this was at the time in this fictional account of Janitor Jim. He worked at Nintendo, and he was mad at Nintendo because they wouldn't let him eat his favorite kind of food that he would bring in for lunch every day, which was shrimp cereal.
I
And he
love
was
shrimp
mad.
cereal.
He was mad because they're like, the, like I forget what the whole shtick is. I'll have to play the clip at some point because it's on my Instagram. But like, the whole thing was like when Nintendo was mad at him because they're getting complaints. It smells bad, and they said you can't put shrimp in the cupboard. I'm like, well, you put cereal in the cupboard. Why would you put why would you put cereal in the fridge? That would be crazy, even though it's shrimp. So that's kind of the whole shtick of it. So he was mad that Nintendo wouldn't let him eat his moldy shrimp cereal, and so he tried to parlay that into getting Ken Kutaragi to uh, dick over Nintendo with the PlayStation, which it did. But obviously, Janitor Jim thinks he deserves credit for that, and you be the judge if he deserves credit for that with his shrimp cereal.
Well, that's been our show. We will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good night.
Is there anyone in chat actually here for Kutaragi San and shrimp cereal?
Uh, yeah. Parallax just came in and said, McGurd.
Shrimp cereal.
Sure. I assume that you meant shrimp with a P instead of a shremo. Shremo.
Cereal.
Cereal. Yeah, what a the coldest of opens here on
My uncle works for Nintendo. Can confirm this is a real story.
yeah. Whose uncle doesn't work for Nintendo at this point?
My uncle's Janitor Jim.
I was just talking about that. Just the
You're talking about Janitor Jim?
that no, like how my uncle worked for Nintendo. No, like
It's your favorite gaming janitor, Janitor Jim.
we all had that kid at school who swore up and down that his uncle worked for Nintendo and tried to give you all these secrets. It was the kid who lied, the kid whose parents were on meth. Like, you know the kid who's just a little too skinny. You're like, are you getting? Do they let you eat at home? Like, always trying to get attention, being inappropriate. This one kid in third grade, I think his first name was Scott. I sat behind him and I remember watching him open up his textbook in the very end, in the very back of the book, look around, and just write sex in the back of the book and then close it. I was like, what are we doing here?
I'm going to save this for later.
Yeah, it's like, and you're in third grade. Like, what do you, that's like 9, 10 years old. You know that that's like a bad word, but you have no idea what that is. You just want to feel inappropriate.
It's just the idea of just like writing the one word just so he can say he did it and then be like, that's enough for me today. That's enough being naughty today. Thank you.
Yeah. He stole some of my action figures one time, and then we had chicken nuggets for lunch.
And he wrote sex on the bottom of those too.
He did. He wrote sex on my chicken nuggets. No.
Just streams out sex nuggets in the middle of like middle school cafeteria.
There's a band name for you. We had chicken nuggets or something one day for lunch, like a couple days later, and he was like, "If you give me a chicken nugget, I'll tell you I stole your guys. I mean, I'll tell you who stole your guys." I was like, "You fucker!" They never gave him back either.
Sorry, this is completely and utterly random. I was literally just I saw the notification that you tagged me in for on Threads. When I open up the Threads app to get rid of the notification, the very first thing, you know how like Threads has like the topics that you can like post to sort of?
Yeah.
It was hold on. I got to find this again. It was like one of the best things. Oh yeah. This is the best new nickname for Trump I've ever heard in my life. Sweet Potato Stalin.
That's pretty good. I think I'm more of a fan of Shitler myself.
Shitler's good too, but Sweet Potato Stalin
is
had me rolling.
If you want to get real poetic with
Fucking
it,
brilliant.
if you want to
Sweet Potato Stalin.
call upon all the romantic words in the English language, Sweet potato Stalin's pretty good. Anyway,
That's
we're
really
here.
fucking funny.
It is the inaugural second post surgical Talk Tuesday that we've done. Thank you all
Well,
for.
first one that I've done.
Well, we did one.
I haven't been here for 3 weeks.
No, I know. I'm saying we did one after I got my vasectomy, so that was our first post surgical stream together
Oh.
as a Talk Tuesday, anyway.
That title for that episode was great too. Vasectomies, Tonys and vasectomies or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, the homies, the Tonys, and the vasectomies.
Tonys and the vasectomies.
No, that one was that was our very first episode when I think announced that I was getting one, and then our first one back was it was oh my god, it was election day, but I censored
I really
out.
thought you were about to say it's electric.
It's
Boogie,
electric.
woogie, woogie.
No, I titled it I think something like election day stream, but I censored out the L, so you could take it as erection day or as election day. Anyway, yeah, thanks y'all for bearing with my little break. I am now
We both
missing.
have been really busy.
Yeah, we have been. Yeah. I
And a
also
lot of shit going on.
had to get some of my teeth taken out of my head and my jaw carved into, so that'll make for a not very streamable Andrew.
What are you talking about? Just stream the surgery.
Yeah. I thought
I'm
so.
sure it won't get flagged at all.
I know, yeah. Anyway, here we go. It's so funny because I don't remember.
I'm just picturing like, hey guys, so I'm about to get my wisdom
Yeah.
teeth out. Just start like nodding off from
Yeah.
the gas.
What's going on, guys? Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe.
Oh my god! So I just saw the delay of what I did in my camera on the stream
The fish hook.
with the phone on what.
Oh, that might. I think I'm gonna use that as the thumbnail.
That's a thumbnail right there.
Yeah. No, it was so funny. You know that I take a. I don't know if I've talked about this on stream before, but for those who don't know, I take a 1 second long video on my phone every day, and I put them all together at the end of every month, and then at the end of the year, put those all together. So I have my yearly 1 second video that I've been doing since 2017. My God, GIF.
My god.
So I have in my head, anytime I am triggered by seeing something cool or interesting, I'll, whip it out and take a quick video. And apparently, in my drug-induced haze of coming out of the surgery, I took my phone out. There is video evidence of this. I want to put all these together because there's a bunch of videos of this. I took a video of myself just coming out of the anesthesia. So somehow
Wow.
I even knew I should document this moment, because that's what I've been doing every day since 2017. So even in my stupor, I I took my phone out and was like,
That's crazy.
It's so funny. And then Polisa came in and she was like, she's talking to me. So she sent me some of the videos that she took. And I'm just kind of like, I feel drunk. She's like, you need a drink? And I was like, no, I feel... And I start mimicking, tossing one back. I'm like, I feel drunk. Like, oh. It was funny. And then it stopped being fun for about a week. It was miserable. Absolutely miserable. Because they were impacted. So they were basically sideways. So
Ooh.
it was pretty invasive and pretty painful. Does your dentist work for Nintendo and tried to sell you Shremo sandwiches?
It was shrimp sandwiches, but I like Shremo as well.
Shremo sounds like it would be like a drug in the
Mushroom shrimp.
in the Futurama universe. Yo, you want some Shremo? Or like the Rick and Morty. It's like a drug on Rick and Morty. Oh, he's fucking blasted off his mind on some Shremo Morty.
I could never get into Rick and Morty, man.
I can only watch.
I've tried so many times,
Yeah.
and every time I watch it, it's just not funny to me. I feel it's just not. I don't get it.
Like it. I wouldn't say I love it. I can only watch like one or two at a time before I'm like, whew, okay, this brand of humor is fatiguing to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, got my wisdom teeth out. That it was pretty miserable. I'm back to eating real food for the most part. I can't have like crunchy things, so I don't like chips or anything like that. But we got sushi yesterday, which was like,
Oh, don't do that to me.
Oh my
I don't
God.
even like sushi, but every time I hear it, it makes me hungry for like ramen
Yeah.
or some other type of food that's not sushi.
that's sushi adjacent.
It's sushi adjacent.
Yeah. We have a really
it's
good
funny.
all-you-can-eat sushi place, which sounds like counterintuitive. Like most places, you either get quality or quantity, and this place, like, while it's not going to blow anyone's balls off,
Not with that attitude.
it's
it won't.
gonna. Wait, the other day I said, I would forget what I was introducing Polisa to, but I said like this was one of those things where I just said it, like every word was just within that second, and I didn't even know what I was saying until after I said it, and so therefore I caught myself off guard and was like cracking up afterwards. I was introducing her to something, and I really wanted to hype it up, and I was like, "Get ready to shit your balls out the back of your dick," or something like that. I think I said it's gonna blow your balls out the back of your dick. And we were just crying, laughing after that, like thinking about the logistics of how do you even, what does that even mean? So now anytime I'm like showing somebody something cool, I'm like, oh my God. Or like about a movie that I'm about to tell you about. I saw a movie so good, it blew the balls out the back of my dick.
Was it the new Naked Gun movie?
Unfortunately,
we talked about that last time, I think.
It wasn't. I want to watch the first three of the original first.
You don't need to watch them.
I know, but I want to.
Anyway,
I know. Where was I going between that after
talking
that?
about a
Where to
movie
go from
and
there?
something that blew the balls out the back of your dick.
Yeah. No, I interrupted what I was saying to say that. It probably doesn't matter. Wisdom teeth. Oh, there's a really good sushi place that finds a balance really well of quality and quantity. And that was like, I want that to be my first real food when I can eat food again. So now I can't like chew with like my back teeth, but I can like front teeth everything. So I'm just kind of like, rabbit eating anything that I eat. I just kind of am like, and then just swallow it. Or I could have like, I ate so much mac and cheese and just like swallowed it whole. I just cooked it a little extra longer, made it a little soft, a little barbecue sauce
That's
in there.
out of context. I just swallowed it whole.
Swallowed it whole. I took that cheesy goodness straight down my throat.
Right down my
And
swallowed-
right on cue, as if summoned
on
from the
cue.
ether, Mr. Gilmer is here
Always finds a way to come on to
to come
onto the
on
episode
command.
right when someone makes a dirty joke.
Damn.
Without fail.
Gilmer can come on command. Come.
That's his nickname, don't you know? Come on Command Gilmer.
Yeah. Come on command, Gilmer. Come on command would make for a great ska band name. Ooh, yeah. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Jerk it off, jerk it off, jerk it off, jerk it off.
Here I am. Getting just come.
Coming
all
on
the time.
command. Oh my God, we're already off the rails. I will say there were 2 games that I beat during my time with no teeth. He's
The acronym for come on command is cock.
Come on command kids. We're the come on command crew. with a cruise with a K. Cock.
It's like, oh, you remember good old come on Command Gilmer over there. He's just so reliable.
Just so reliable. Hey, he's nothing if not consistent.
So stupid.
What if everybody in the world had like a code word that whenever you said or whenever they heard the word, they would just immediately climax? And like it's a game to find out what somebody's code word is.
This sounds like a rip-off Hunger Games.
Yeah.
A porno Hunger Games.
Yeah. Oh my god. Code word like salmonella. Tabor24 in the chat. What's up? I almost said your real first name. I don't have to if you don't want me to, but him and I go way back. Welcome to the stream.
That's gonna stick with me for a while.
Yeah. A code, yeah, like salmonella, something like innocuous enough that like you probably don't hear it that often, but all of a sudden somebody will say like cornucopia, and you're like, ah. Uh-oh. Josh's mom's yelling at him.
No. She, my wife was making sure that she was wondering where Harvey was, our dog, and she's like, is he in here? I'm like, no. I'm assuming she found him.
This must be from Zoolander 3. Speaking of Zoolander,
oh my god,
Zoolander, and Tabor can attest to this.
That's my cum word.
Yeah, Zoolander.
Zoolammer.
Tabor24 there can attest to this.
Waffle.
I used to make every photo of me when I was like 16, I would do blue steel. I would just.
That's very you.
And it was so dumb. I regret it.
I mean, everyone was dumb when they were 16.
That's true. Stroop waffle. Oh man, that sounds like a spell.
Great word too. Anyway, okay, so what were you going to talk about?
I was just saying, whilst I was recovering from the surge, I beat 2 games, one of which you know, and I will say very, very little about, since we're gonna do a whole thing about it. Boku no Natsuyasumi 2.
Boku no Natsuyasumi.
What else can I say about it other than life-changing?
I enjoyed it. It wasn't life-changing for me, but we'll go into it.
Yeah.
I like to be clear, I did enjoy it. There's not a lot of like criticisms I have of it, but I just don't think it hit me as emotionally as it did for you, which is okay. That's, every experience is different.
Yeah, and that's why we're here. On the experience point. Well, just smash that like button and hit subscribe.
Stroop waffle.
Oh god. No, mine would be like, I don't know. Mine would be like assuage. Assuage. Can I assuage you? The other one that I beat, I finally got around to, and this will tell you about the quality of this game. The reason that it took me this long is because of the game itself, and not just because, procrastination and stuff. I finally beat Sonic Frontiers. It's the newest Sonic. I feel like my official tagline that I'm probably going to do when I make a little review graphic for this on social media is, it's the Halo 5 of Sonic games. So
okay,
it's at the moment, I played it because it's at the moment the newest and prettiest. It hits some really high highs and it hits some really low lows, and the rest of it's just really kind of mid in between. The writing was great, but all the bullshit that you do in between all the cool scenes is just kind of like, what? Am I just in like an Unreal Engine demo? Like, the world is so empty. It's cool, open world Sonic, it sounds awesome. The world's so empty and there's no art direction. Like Lasso Halo 5? Nothing will make me suffer as much as a lasso run in Halo. Good God.
I don't know what the lasso run is.
Oh, the lasso runs are legendary All Skulls On. So it makes playing Halo, you might as well just
very challenging.
Punch yourself in the face. You have an easier time squeezing your entire body through a straw than you would playing Halo on Lasso, especially Halo 2. I haven't even beaten Halo 2 is the only one that I've not beaten on Legendary. Standard Legendary. It's so freaking hard. It's oh,
I don't know if I've ever beaten a Halo game on Legendary. Not that I've tried though.
I've beaten them all except for Halo 2. And it just makes me so mad. I just want to
making me so mad.
But yeah, I mean, Sonic Frontiers kind of mid. There are some really cool parts. It is cool to just run around in a giant open world as Sonic, picking up speed. The combat is awesome. Every Sonic open world game needs to have the not the necessarily the style, but you actually get like fighting moves. Like you can do really cool. You get really cool abilities more than just like what you would see in Super Smash Brothers. And the boss fights are like Naruto level, like Shadow of the Colossus, because every boss fight is just a big ass like Titan. They're all called Titans, and so it's like it just becomes a Shadow of the Colossus boss fight with you as Super Sonic. So imagine Shadow of the Colossus, only you're Goku. It's fucking awesome. And the music's great. Music is great in that one.
Sonic does go Super Saiyan. Well, Super Sonic.
Basically. 7 Chaos Emeralds, 7
Nice.
Dragon Balls. There's a lot of crossover.
One ball to rule them all.
One ball will
I've been
fall.
I tried to watch the Lord of the Rings movies again, and man, I just can't. I shouldn't say I can't. I haven't set aside the time to like finish it, but like it is just rewatching it, still impressed by the special effects, but the editing is very early 2000s and it's very noticeable.
Really?
Yeah,
like
it's not bad, but
the editing of the film, or you mean like the color editing, or you mean like the pacing? Heretic speaking negatively of Lord of the Rings. I know. Heretic. I am quite surprised actually that especially you kind of not feeling it anymore.
No, so I'll go. Sorry, sorry. One second. My wife was looking for our dog, and I wanted to check in and make sure everything was okay. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine here. How are you? Harvey Dogman. That is his legal last name.
Harvey Korgman.
Harvey Korgman. Can you sing the Harvey song?
What was it? What? Whoa, what a Harvey, he's such a nugget boy.
That was it. I couldn't think of it. Whoa, Harvey.
Whoa, what a Harvey, such a nugget boy. Anyway,
I need a dog.
Anyway, that's Harvey. No, so real quick, but the reason Lord of the Rings is it's not bad. That's the weird thing. It's just I watched it so many times when I was a kid that it like when I was in like kid to like teen, and then my brothers watched it a whole bunch too. So like I would come home from school and they were just watching it, and it was just on our house on in our house constantly for probably like at least 8 years, and
that'll burn you out.
And I've just been burnt out from it ever since. Yeah. And then I did try reading the books, and I never finished The Fellowship of the Ring, but I liked what I read.
Yeah.
I got up to the Council of Elrond, and that was very slow paced, and that's fine. The issue I have with Tolkien's writing is that he spends an inordinate amount of time describing details that are unnecessary.
Yeah, and then we'll say of a battle, and then they fought.
So I didn't even get to a battle. All I got to was like all I got to was like I just remember like when he's describing Bilbo's house in Hobbiton, he spends like a page describing the front door.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Um,
It is wildly inconsistent, although it's kind of charming at times.
it's not bad. It's just not my cup of tea in terms of writing style. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I whenever you see like I love hearing quotes from the movies because I love the writing that they chose. You know, I know they took a lot of it directly from the books. And I love the vibes of it. I'm still really into like a high fantasy vibe. I mentioned 3 weeks ago when we last streamed, I was reading a book. Still am reading that
Oh,
book,
right. The first Wheel of Time book.
the First Wheel of Time book, and so I'm actually over halfway through it now.
Nice. The
You
first
can
of
kind of see,
76 Wheel of Time books.
yeah, that's not. I was
That's
trying.
pretty good.
Why can't I see? Where's my fucking Discord? There it is. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't see like what I was looking at. Yeah. So I'm over halfway through this first book and I'm really, really liking it. Like I'm very, very hooked
Nice.
on it. Yes, Gomer, I am reading The Wheel of Time and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I always look forward to Talk Tuesdays, even when I'm having a shitty day. A little behind the scenes, having a shitty day today, but I always have a good time once I'm in the flow.
Oh,
And
I appreciate that.
the only reason I did not want to do Talk Tuesday tonight has nothing to do with Talk Tuesday. I just want to keep reading this book. I'm really enjoying this book quite a lot.
That's awesome.
So
I love that.
yeah,
And what game
it's
did
cool.
you beat, Kilmer? You said you beat a
Yes,
game this
what
weekend
game?
too.
Yeah.
The only
While
other
he's typing that, what else did you want to say about? Did you have anything else you wanted to say about Sonic Frontiers?
No, that's pretty much it. Just really high highs, really low lows. Which kind of then just evens out into kind of like a meh. Nothing really made me want to keep playing it.
He beat a Ratchet and Clank game.
Oh hell
Sorry.
yeah! I looked
Favorite
at a book
series.
once for a few hours. I can't read. Well, we did go to the same public school, so I probably shouldn't be able to read either. Me and this guy, Tabor24, used to. This is the public school that we went to. We were in the same senior English class where we had to do a project with crayons, which should tell you exactly everything you need to know. And then we sat there, we broke the crayons in half and pretended to be eating them. And the teacher came by and was like, what is wrong with you? Oh no, he said don't. Well, it's out now. It's on the internet. We used to troll her so hard. It was so funny.
And sorry, real quick, Gilmer, you started it Saturday. That's impressive.
That's
so
fast.
If you want to know some Gilmer lore, side note, I'm fidgeting with my Akatsuki ring.
Oh hell yeah. We can tell that story
Yeah,
too.
put it right on top of my wedding ring because I know what's important. No, but no. Sorry. Oh, man, if I don't have ADHD, Jesus Christ, that's crazy. Because Gilmer notoriously, he is a notorious game non-finisher.
Okay.
He does not finish games. He will start them and not finish them. So
Sounds like he needs to
the
learn how to
fact that
finish
he
on command.
beat it. Come on, Command Gilmer strikes again. The super villain that we didn't realize we had in our town.
I know.
Gilmer finished 2 games this weekend.
I think
and
he's
Tabor
a-
says, "How is Rift Apart?" Rift Apart is fantastic.
That's
Ratchet
the
and Clank,
PS5 one?
yeah, it's the only one on the PS5.
It looks awesome.
There's actually really only one on the PS4, and it's the remake of the original.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Wub is here too. What's up, Wub? I was watching
Hey,
Wub
Wub.
stream speedrun Steambot Chronicles the other day.
nice,
It was nuts. I was
nice.
just like, oh my god. I can't even fathom.
But yeah, what is it? Freaking Ratchet and Clank, I would say, is largely very consistent in terms of quality. They have a couple games in the PS3 era where they try a lot of weird ideas. There's like a Ratchet and
Deadlocked.
Clank. Deadlocked is more Ratchet and Clank than is more similar to a Ratchet and Clank vibe than you would give it. Then it's more similar to the main games than some of the others. It is different. Like it's not like an adventure game per se, but on the PS3 they had ones like Full Frontal Assault was they always have like innuendos with
Oh
their
yeah,
titles because it's
going
Ratchet and
commando.
Clank Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, going Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal.
Yes.
Um, the PSP game is Ratchet and Clank Size Matters.
Right. Oh, that's so funny. It's a handheld one.
Yep. And they did port eventually to PS2. There is a game that's called All for One, and it's one of those, you know, those like remember there's like that Marvel X-Men Legends game where you have all four
Yeah.
characters on the screen. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler kind of thing.
Yeah, you can do like
Think
team up
of like
attacks and things.
think of that style, like that type of gameplay, but it's not a dungeon crawler.
Okay.
It's all characters on one screen, but it's a lot more like actiony and a lot more like puzzle solvey and stuff like that with four players. It's very chaotic. Then they did Ratchet and Clank All for One. There's also Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault, which is a combo of normal Ratchet and Clank gameplay with tower defense.
Oh no.
It's actually really good. It's actually my only problem with that game is that's the game they released on the 20th anniversary of the series. No, sorry, 10th anniversary. 10th anniversary of the series.
Yeah.
On the 10th anniversary, they released the HD collection that had the original 3 games in it for PS3, and then they released the HD collection, and then they did the Full Frontal Assault, which if you play that game, it is extremely like 2012.
Really?
They do the Psy dance, you know, the Gangnam Style dance.
Oh my
That's
god.
in the game. Like that is it's extremely 2012 humor.
That's hilarious. That's
Very
wild.
much
Yeah,
internet humor.
and very weird that they did something so different for like for an anniversary. You would think they would want to celebrate and call back and really emulate what made people love these games for so long and not really take big swings.
It's frustrating because realistically, if you really wanted something that would have been its best like legacy, it would have been a Rift Apart because Rift Apart is phenomenal. It is one of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
most
yeah.
beautiful games I've ever played. It's got some of the best Ratchet and Clank moments. It's got a great story overall. It has really good storytelling, really good characters. I believe Jennifer Hale is in it as well as like the female Lombax in the game.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what my favorite Ratchet and Clank game was? Metal Arms glitch in the system.
That's nothing like Ratchet and Clank, but fair enough.
Okay, that's fair.
No, okay, you know what? No, third person shooter with a
kooky
lot of
gadget
variety in weapons.
Yeah.
The only difference is tonally, and also Ratchet and Clank controls a lot better. I love Metal Arms, but it's very floaty.
Yeah.
Like you glide across the land a lot.
That's fair.
You know?
What up? Drew is in the chat. Everybody's here today. Call it Smash Ultimate. Everyone is here. Yeah, I know. I was mostly saying that because I have never actually. Ratchet and Clank may be one of those. I think I've asked you this before. Like, if there was a franchise, what's the biggest, most well-known, iconic franchise of video games that you've never once touched? And I'm pretty sure I may have played a bit of the first Ratchet and
That's a good
Clank,
question.
like at a friend's house, but that's one of those ones that's always gone past me. Because when I didn't have a PS2 when these big ones were coming out, so Ratchet and Clank never played, Jak and Daxter never played any of them. I've never even played I played the demo of Uncharted 2, but I've never played an Uncharted game, which is nuts to me.
What?
I know. It's staring at me right now. I have all 4 on PS4. Or I have the collection and
No.
Uncharted 4.
You know what we should do? I'm gonna pick a day that Courtney's cool with this. I'm gonna take off of work. You're gonna take off of work, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna drive over to your place,
And we'll finally
we are
kiss.
going. And we are going. Good old Come On Command Koval showing up right.
Damn! Gilmer showed you the ropes, the thick ropes.
Just arcing ropes everywhere. Nathan Drake, mass murderer. But no,
Yeah.
I could stop over and we could stream your first impression, and we could take turns going through levels like back and forth.
That would be awesome. I mean, we still have to do the fighting game, the Fight or Flight.
Yeah, but this is more important and better.
Okay, I think it's time to end the stream again. Goodbye forever. Just kidding. How many false stream ends are we gonna have in one episode?
Joke's on you. I have a delay, so I can't see you fake ending the stream.
That's true. I would
You
be
have
willing to do maybe if we did that, then you would have to play the first of something that I'm super into. Because I would mostly be doing it for you. I know they're good, but I know that that's like one of your all-time favorites.
Good.
Rest in pickles.
Fighters are Garbo. I mean, he ain't wrong. Fighters are Garbo.
Whoa,
Gilmore
whoa! That's pretty racist of you.
Fellow Come on Command brothers over here.
Yeah.
Right on the Sia.
I don't know
Oh
if
my
you're
gosh.
actually leaving, Tabor, but if you are, thanks for stopping by.
No, I'm trying to think of what, like, the question you asked before, like what iconic series have you never touched before?
Yeah,
what's
like
an
what is the
iconic-
highest profile series of games
Come on Command
that you've never
I,
touched?
off the top of my head, there has to be something newer than this too. The King's Quest games.
I've never even heard of those.
They're one of the most they are really well known point and click adventures from the 80s. Like they
Okay.
kind of set the foundation of point and click adventures for that became LucasArts games later
Yeah.
on, and then kind of like what we have now with like the Telltale games.
Yeah. Was it LucasArts
stuff like that.
before LucasArts? Or was it
It
just
was Lucas Games.
different? Or
It was
Lucas
Lucas
Games?
Games.
It was
Something
them?
like LucasArts games or something like that. But I feel like there has to be something newer than that, because I would have said, like because a lot of games I'll have tried but not really done, like not gotten far in. So it's not that I haven't touched it. I've just only played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So like I've played Street Fighter before. I've
Whoa.
loved for them Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. That's wild. Yeah, I mean,
Tomb Raider 1 is really rough around the edges.
Jimmy's never played a Metal Gear game.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Yes, I
Metal
agree.
Gear-
Well, fix
Metal
that.
Gear Solid actually holds up better than it has any right to, considering its age and the system it's on.
It may be
like,
one of the best.
It holds up much better than you expect it to.
Yeah, it honestly may be one of the best franchises of all time. Like best as in constructed. Like they all hold up. I went back several years ago now, but I even played the old MSX ones, and I thought I was gonna hate those, and they are all excellent.
They are better than the NES one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, the NES one was like a really boiled down version of the original MSX one.
But the solids, all of the Metal Gear solids are solid. More than solid. They're incredible. I mean, just the first three alone. I got to get the remake of 3. It looks amazing. My whole TikTok feed is just blowing the hell up with Metal Gear 3. Kojima game's
I'm trying to-
overrated. I don't know about that. I love Kojima. I'm a forever Kojima glazer.
I think Kojima. Here's the weird thing, in my opinion, in Kojima. He is one of the most simultaneously overrated and appropriately rated developers, and because like he's appropriately rated because if you play Metal Gear Solid, the shit that he does in those games is wild.
Yeah.
Like the immersive level of shit that he pulls off on that, what's the one? It's like Sniper Wolf in the first one, where like you can. Isn't there something like, because she has wolves that are like her friends or family, right?
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. And if you get her, isn't there something you can do where you can they'll attack you if you run into the cave with them, but if you rub her scent on you, I forget how you do that.
A scarf.
Then,
if you have her handkerchief, they won't attack you.
If you have her handkerchief, yeah. And
or,
the game doesn't
or
tell you
or
this.
something.
The game doesn't tell you this. There's a lot of stuff where it's like the game will give you the intended way that it's very obvious to get through. I shouldn't say very obvious. It gives you an intended way that's the most expected way to get through a challenge. But then they do crazy stuff like that, like really small attention to detail things
Yeah.
that is consistently impressive. And Kojima has done that from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he really thinks through a lot of stuff, and he really thinks through his game designs and and unique ways for players to approach each scenario.
yeah.
With that said, his head is up his own ass
Yeah.
so far that he's like just eating shit. It's
I
crazy.
agree with that
Um
100%. And for me
but he still
personally,
makes quality stuff. That's the
yeah,
frustrating thing. Like I want like even Death Stranding, right? Like I'm not a huge fan of the first Death Stranding game.
that's
Um
maybe the nicest thing you've said about that game.
I play up my dislike of it. I think that it's a boring-ish type of game, but
Mm,
like I respect the shit out of the world he created because there was a lot of depth to it.
yeah,
I think it's a little pretentious, but
a little.
what artist
Yeah.
hasn't made a piece of pretentious art? Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to begrudge an auteur for making something pretentious. That's kind of what auteurs do. They make pretentious shit. Like
Yeah, and at least with him, for me anyway, when I see the shit that's like, oh my god, this is so Kojima. Even when I'm rolling my eyes, I'm still laughing and I'm still like, I still love it. Even though I'm like, oh my god, come on, dude. Like, I don't know why.
yeah,
It still just lands for me. And they're so different. Like there's nothing like any of his games. And talking about like fun ways to beat bosses, like there's the old dude in Metal Gear Solid 3 that you can obviously take him out the intended way. You can take him out the intended way. You can snipe him super, super early on in the
oh yeah, I
game,
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
and kill him early if you get a really good shot. Or when you get to his actual fight, if you let like a week of in-game time pass, he'll die of old age. Because he's
Yep.
like a really old man. Like stuff like that is just hilarious to me. Or like the Nier does stuff like this too, where it's like there's a lot of fourth wall breaking that's done in really interesting ways or funny ways, or just like uh in Metal Gear Solid 2, if you go into the women's room and try to save, Raiden's girlfriend won't let you. She's like, get out of there. Like, stop. No, he's like, come on, I'm just trying to save. She's like, no, leave. And she literally won't let you save the video game that you're currently playing because she thinks you're perving in the women's room. It's so funny.
It's weird stuff like that where it's just like it's that small attention to detail. I know that it's a silly joke in that moment,
Yeah.
but like there's so many moments in Kojima's games that does stuff like that. And side note, I did think up a really popular series that
Ooh.
I've never played,
Okay.
Monster Hunter.
Oh, okay. You and I are the same there. Well, okay, you know what?
Never played a Monster Hunter.
If you count
I have
demos, I've played the demo for
I
Monster Hunter, whichever one was on the PS4, but I've never played an actual Monster Hunter game.
it's the complete use of the
Ooh,
medium. Absolutely,
I
yeah.
really like that the way that you put that, Wub. It challenges what video games can be, and that's why I love the Nier games so much because they do that too.
It's really challenging the conventions of it. And Drew has also not played any Monster Hunter games. It's funny.
Yeah, I
The
tried.
most I have.
I just couldn't get into them. It's a really high learning curve for those games.
I first wanted to try it on the PSP because that's where I first remember hearing about it. So I actually bought
Oh, okay,
like
nice.
the original ones that I remember, Monster Hunter Freedom 1 and 2 for the PSP, like years ago. I tried out the first one. I like maybe played 10 minutes. I don't count enough to like to me, if I try a game and understand the mechanics, and I'm like, okay, then I've played it. Like I like fighting games for the most part, I understand the mechanics. I'm not good at them, but I understand the mechanics. This one, I don't like these games. I genuinely don't even understand the mechanics.
Mm, yeah, and like I said, it's a really high learning curve. There's a lot that you have to learn for those games. They've always been really overwhelming to me.
Okay, disc, the UMD disc.
Oh my god, the UMD discs. Or though, are we doing the ATM machine thing? Is it Universal Media Disc?
It's Universal Media Disc.
Okay, so we're saying Universal Media Disc.
Well, no, okay, yeah. I guess if we're saying UMD disc, it's just a UMD.
Yeah, like ATM machine. Or the Los Angeles Angels, also known as the Angels Angels. That's my favorite one. I watched a friend play one of them on Twitch, and it looked like Final Fantasy 15 with less story. Yeah,
And
kind
thinking of
of.
the PSP,
That's not bad, although just way bigger in scale, I think.
would you like to see what my UMD movie collection is? I
I
don't
would.
have a lot. I have
I would love.
7 total movies, 7 total UMD.
Is one of
video.
them The Italian Job?
No, actually,
I feel
but
like
that was everywhere.
I would always see The Italian Job on UMD.
One of them is a Jason Statham movie.
Okay. Crank?
No,
Snatch?
no.
Then
It's a famous franchise of his, though.
Okay. Transporter.
Oh, yes.
Nice. That's a pretty good movie.
I love the Transporter movies, man. They're great.
Crank.
They're a ton of fun.
Crank is like a Hideo Kojima game as a movie. If you've
And
never seen
look
that.
at this. I also got in my copy of Transporter 2 of Transporter. There's a free movie ticket to Transporter 2.
There's an eighth of Coke.
$7.50, and
Wow.
I have to theater endorse here.
That is wild. What a cool little
That's really funny.
piece of memorabilia. Remember when movie tickets were only $7?
So next, I'll go with the anime. I have 2 anime movies. Whoops. Sorry, hold on one second.
Tech on King Crete.
So I have 2 anime movies. One's like anime, one's but kind of not. And I'll share this one because no one's gonna get it. There's no way in hell you'd ever guess it. Aeon Flux,
Okay.
the entire series on UMD. It's a 2-disc set. Look at this.
Dang.
Isn't
A
that
2
crazy?
UMD disc set.
So, the next 2 they're 2 movies, anime movies. One is based off one of mutually ours favorite franchises.
Okay. And it's an anime.
It's an anime. What's one of both? We love this anime series, and it's a movie from that anime series.
Oh, Naruto? Full Metal.
Nope, not. Nope.
Anime series that we both love. Oh, Bebop. The Bebop movie. Yeah.
There you go, Cowboy
Nice.
Bebop, baby.
Knocking on heaven's door.
This one, it's from the director of Akira.
Oh, Steam Boy.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Steam Boy.
Got that on DVD.
The last ones are kind of random. I remember I was going on a missions trip, and
Wow.
we didn't have I didn't have a laptop to watch movies or anything to watch DVDs, so I brought my PSP, and I remember going to our local retro game store, and I picked a movie that I would like and a movie my Courtney would like. So I picked Jumanji.
Nice. Love
I
it.
have Jumanji on the PSP, and for Courtney, because she was a fan of Will Smith,
Hitch.
Hitch.
Yeah. Somehow I knew.
The last thing that I have, the very last thing, is a very me movie. What if you could think
Ooh.
of some of my favorite, when you think of me and movies I like to gush about?
Oh,
It could be a series too. If you get the series too, I'll
movies you like to gush about. I feel like my first thought was going towards something like World War II related, or like period piece of some kind.
I do like those, but you don't hear me talking about them all
No,
that much.
I don't.
What's a movie? What's Backdoor Pirates? That's right, Jimmy.
I summoned Polisa by saying period piece. She came out in her little white frock looking like she's straight off the set of Pride and Prejudice.
Sure did. Time for a milk bath.
Damn.
And a kiss.
I mean,
Except if she
technically,
was in Pride and
this
Prejudice,
movie-
there would be a lot more prejudice, unfortunately.
technically,
No,
the movie
it's
I'm
so
talking
horribly
about
true.
is a
I didn't
90s
even
period
realize
piece, but it was made in the
Sorry,
90s
go
too,
on.
so it's not really period piece. But
90s period piece. Okay.
it's
That you
not
love?
technically period piece because a period piece implies it's taking it was something that was made now but taking place in a long time ago. This was made in the 90s, but it also feels very 90s.
Backdoor Pirates, Girls Gone Wild. Made in the 90s very feels like the 90s. I may need more than that.
Okay, you would probably know it as one of my favorite directors. Like you would probably guess the director before the movie.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Oh,
go with it?
uh, it's got to be a Kevin Smith movie then.
Yes, sir. I'll give you that.
It's Clerks. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Clerks on PSP.
Nice.
So
I won
yes,
the
that is
newlywed
my
game.
yeah, right. That is my small collection of UMD movies.
Nice. I always, when I worked at GameStop, there would always be trades of UMDs that were all busted up, and I always thought it was cool, like taking the actual disc out of the case that it's in. They're so tiny and so thin. It looked, I don't know, it just looked, it always looked cool to me. Gilmer has never seen Clerks, nor have I. I've never seen a single Kevin Smith movie. And we still need to do our experience share with you.
We do.
Talking about Kevin Smith movies.
I think that if you watch Clerks, you would probably be underwhelmed.
I kind of got that sense too. I also am like, everything I've seen from his movies, I'm like, I don't know if they're for me or really like my cup of tea.
I don't think you. So here's the thing that I've realized with his movies, at least for me. I know this isn't an experience share, so I'll keep it brief with it. I've realized that like his personality, like Kevin Smith the person, is what brings me to his movies more than his movies actually.
Interesting.
And while I do think his movies are good, I think his writing is punchy and fun. It all like, how can I put this? I think the Kevin Smith was at his best when he was writing something on a very personal level. And when he stopped doing that, mainly after Dogma, and because like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is a fun movie, but it's not really it's a cameo fest, right? It's
Okay.
all fan service. It's all just like, if you like Kevin Smith movies, this is where you're going to see all of your favorite people coming back, or in some way, shape, or form, or it's like a send up of it. But when he has something to say about like the point of life he's in, it's the best. And I love some of his other movies. I love Yoga Hosers and Tusk, and I actually genuinely really like them because it's just him having fun. But I wouldn't really describe them as like great films. They're just fun for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Clerks, it's there's a lot, like the Clerks movies especially, there's a lot of like, foul humor, swearing, like raunchy humor, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But that is like what it is on its surface, and it's encompassing what's in the movie. The real tenet, the real core at it is like Kevin coming to grips with some emotional truth he's been trying to learn over the last year. So like,
okay.
Clerks is all about a bunch of 20 somethings who see the world in front of them and don't understand how to take the next step.
Yeah.
Like they're met with a myriad of choices, and no one really knows. And the one character, Dante, is frozen by indecision. He thinks he knows what the right thing to do is, but he's still not entirely sure. And the other character, Randall, just flies by the seat of his pants. Like he doesn't think, and that causes its own sets of issues. So one overthinks, the one underthinks.
Okay.
Mallrats is a little less serious. I wouldn't really say that has much of a message.
I may have seen Mallrats at some point, like probably 20
Mallrats
years
is
ago.
fun. I actually think Mallrats is like one of the funnier, like flat out, like there's more jokes in that movie that I think land. Chasing Amy is a really heavy movie with some good jokes, and it's all about him kind of overcoming his insecurities in relationships. Because do you know what the premise of Chasing Amy is? I would be very curious to hear your thoughts on it. And I'll explain the premise and then what Kevin says about it now, because remember, this is like 20 plus years on.
Yeah. Welcome to the experience share for Kevin Smith.
Yeah. It's about a dude played by Ben Affleck named Holden who falls in love with a girl named, I think it's Alyssa Jones is the character's name. I might be misremembering. Who is gay. She's a lesbian.
Okay.
And the thing is, though, is that they fall in love with each other, and it's not that he turns her, it's that she's confused as well. She's like, I don't know why I like you, and that's confusing me.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting premise. Now, years later, he has made jokes since then. He's like, that movie should not have been made by me at all. Like a cis white dude should not have been making a movie about a lesbian type of
Yeah.
thing, even if it was done with the best. Like at the time in '97, it was crazy progressive.
Hmm.
Like you would never see something like that in the movies in '97. But it's all about like the reason he has that movie, or the reason he made that movie is because one of the things to him was like he really cared about, like he was very insecure in his relationships, and like if he was in a relationship he would always overthink, like what did she mean by this, what did she think, like I'm not as good as her previous boyfriends or the previous people she's been with,
Ooh.
type of thing. And that is played out in the character of Holden in the movie.
Holding these nuts. The old anxious attachment rearing its ugly head.
Oh man, it's a powerful movie. And then Dogma is him just coming to grips with losing his faith, because it's Dogma is a really good movie.
I've heard.
That's got like a really good like kind of sci-fi like religious bend to it. It's basically there's a new there's a new Catholic ruling that anyone who passes through the archways of this church in New Jersey, because that's where it happens to take place. That's the joke of it. Anyone who passes is suddenly sin, like their sin is free, like their sins are forgiven. And since Catholics believe that they are in communion with God, and then the Pope is is God's representation on earth now. Like the Pope is not God, but it's God's vessel, right? That if the Pope says this, then it's doctrine, right? Like if he says it, that means it must be God's will, type of thing. So two fallen angels, Loki and played by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, Loki and
course.
I can't remember who the other character's name is. I think Matt Damon is Loki. I don't remember what Ben Affleck's character is. They hear this and they just want to go home. Like their whole thing is like they're fallen angels. They're not really good people, but they just really want to go home. They miss their home. So if they can get to these archways in New Jersey and just walk through it, their sins will be forgiven. But by doing so, now all of a sudden God is fallible because he cast them out for sin, and now
Right.
type of thing. And so by doing so, would this create an apocalypse, like the world turning in on itself, type of thing? So what happens? You have to watch it and find out, type of thing. So some really good stuff. I won't go into the rest of Kevin Smith stuff because I already turned this into a little bit of an Kevin Smith experience share. But like he's at his best when he's sharing something personal.
Yeah.
And when it's not, it really shows.
Okay.
And I will say, I think like you might find enjoyment out of Chasing Amy and Dogma, maybe even Clerks 2, as silly as Clerks 2 is. Clerks 1 is very rough around the edges because there's something almost endearing about it, because it's like
This is his first
a kid
one.
who's 20. He's 23 years old making a movie on a budget of $37,000.
Yeah.
Mostly on credit cards. Like it's really endearing seeing that kind of like vibe to it. So it's, man, I want to watch Kevin Smith tomorrow.
Nice. Well,
Anyway,
I would love to watch a Kevin Smith movie. I would probably, if we do a proper sit down deep dive experience share, I would probably watch Clerks first, just because that's his first one. That would be my introduction.
would you want to do like not so next week we're doing Boku no Natsuyasumi, right?
Yeah.
Would you want to do it the week after?
Sure.
Like
I don't
give
see why
you
not.
2 weeks to watch Clerks 1 and then go from there?
Oh, I watched Clerks 1.
Well, I thought that's what I thought we were doing with. Oh, I guess with the experience. I'm not sure then. What were your thoughts? I
Well-
was saying we would watch Clerks 1 and then talk about it.
Okay. Usually for experience shares, I have not experienced any of the thing. So, or very little. So I kind of like going into those as blind as possible. But yeah,
I feel like I've said all I need to about Clerks without spoiling it, though.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can find time to watch Clerks then, and then I can. That'll be like my primer into the rest of his work, and then you can kind of.
I'll be really curious to see what you think of it because
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna like it. I actually don't.
I don't think I will either, but I think I will enjoy the experience of watching a Kevin Smith movie.
With that said, just a quick foreshadow because it is harsh on the ears. He does drop the F bomb, not like fuck, but the other F
Oh
word.
yeah.
And
I've heard.
92, you know,
Yeah.
like it's. He
We
doesn't
all
use that
did.
word anymore. He acknowledges it. It was just a word of the time, but
Yeah.
it's just a forewarning because
That's fair.
understandably so. Like that word's a little to hear.
Yeah. Oh, it's cringy now. It's wild going back and watching a movie like from that time and seeing them casually drop it, or like Fast and Furious. The first Fast and
Oh, yeah,
Furious
they do
movie, they
say-
drop
yeah,
a
the
couple
first
of them
Fast
in
and
that, and
Furious
it's like,
movie, they say
oh, whoa, okay, that came out of nowhere.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, I can segue into something else if you are good to move on.
The only thing left that I have from my experience here, and it might overlap, so I wanted to say what it is in case it is going to overlap, is just Taskmaster.
Yeah. It's not
I
going to
wasn't
overlap.
sure if that's what you're going into next,
It's
but
not.
like, okay, go into your thing next. But I do want to talk a little bit of Taskmaster more because I'm assuming you watched more.
I did not. That's why I said it's not going to overlap.
Oh,
I
well,
know.
then never mind. Fuck that. You ruined it.
I did really enjoy what I did watch. Or you know what? I did watch one more. I watched the second episode of the first series.
Oh man, I've burned through like 2 more series since we last spoke.
Nice. I've watched so much more stuff. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I watched that I will go through pretty quickly for most of them. A couple of them I want to actually talk about. First and foremost, have you ever heard of a movie called Windy City Heat?
Windy City Heat. Let me see. No,
Okay.
definitely have not.
So this is one of the most strange and interesting. How this movie came about is one of the most strange and interesting stories of all time. Basically, there was these. I don't want to say 3 friends. There was these 2 friends, and they knew this guy named Perry Caravello or something. Scary Perry Caravello.
Bobcat Goldthwait directed this?
Yeah, he's in it. I think
That's wild.
Probably.
Probably.
So these 2 guys, I think they're comedians. They have this friend named Perry. He is an absolute horrible, narcissistic piece of shit, but he's also completely detached from reality. And he has a very short fuse. And so they mess with him. They prank him. They've been doing this for years. He thinks they're all friends. They're like, we hang out with him, but we kind of hate this guy. Like, he's awful. So he wants to be an actor. So they set up this whole prank by getting him into this fake movie called Windy City Heat, where they have a whole production. Dane Cook is in it, and he plays like a. I don't want to say like plays like it's a movie, but it's a documentary. Documentary. He plays the casting director. He's like, "Oh my God, you're amazing!" To Perry, he's not a good actor. He's not a good person. He has a hilariously high voice when he gets angry, which is all the time. The prank is like they get Perry cast, air quotes, in this movie, and then just use the movie to make his life miserable. So they're like scenes where his character, it's like a noir, he's like, in the Windy City, we gotta, I'm cracking down on crime, not in my town. I'm stone cold, whatever. And he thinks he's this cool detective guy. But then he does these like stunt scenes where he gets like thrown into like a dumpster, and they keep making him do it over and over and over, and they're like, no, it's just not believable. So then they dump like a bunch of like trash and shit and manure into the dumpster, and have him like get tossed into the dumpster a bunch of times, and he's just covered in like shit. They make him like make this disgusting smoothie in this opening shot in his
I'm not liking this at all.
It sounds really mean, and it is, but when you see this guy, you're like, oh my god, I don't feel bad for you because you're a horrible human being. He says like the most derogatory stuff towards women. He's homophobic. So they make him like put like beer and like pizza and lo mein into a blender and drink it, and they're like, oh no, we didn't get it, you gotta actually drink it. And then they keep making him chug this disgusting stuff.
Is there a point to all this, or just to be mean to this guy?
The point is to be mean to him, but it's such a fascinating, like, they go through the entire process of making a movie. They have like a fake premiere and everything. He goes on the Jimmy Kimmel show thinking like he's like a real actor, and they're just messing with him the whole time. It's such a weird meta experience, and it's on paper, and maybe even how I'm describing it sounds like something even I wouldn't like, but I caught wind of it. I watched a clip of it. I was like, this is insane. And I watched it.
I don't think I could ever watch it.
I
totally get why the idea of like, oh, he probably deserves it comes about, but it feels like so much wasted energy on a person who doesn't deserve your energy. And on top of that, they're doing mean shit to him that he doesn't even realize is mean because he just thinks it's for a movie. So it's not like he's fucking learning anything. It's just being mean for their own selfish reasons instead of actually teaching him something.
I don't think he's teachable or redeemable. And that's coming from me, who believes pretty much anyone is.
Alone. I don't know. I don't. That type of shit, I can't get behind that. That really turns me off. I
totally
understand he's not a good person, and he definitely doesn't deserve like grace, but like he definitely doesn't like. I don't know. It just, to me, if there's any hope of changing anyone, the person has to want to change.
Sure.
And they're not putting him into a situation that would make him want to change.
No, and that's not the point.
Then it's just to punish someone to make themselves feel better about the piece of shit he is, so they can feel better about themselves. Like, that makes them almost as bad as he is, if not worse.
Not to make themselves feel better about themselves.
Well, why else would they be doing
it? It's just funny. Like, it's just funny to them. And it is objectively
feel better.
Funny.
I don't think they're doing it consciously. I don't know. I'll have to see the movie. Actually, I won't see the movie. It just seems it seems so unnecessarily mean, and I'm a big proponent of not giving energy to people who don't deserve it, even if it's just to make their lives miserable, because you are now giving them more thought than they deserve.
That's fair. I'll take that.
And I don't know, that to me, it puts them on a similar level to him. For no reason. Like, if you're gonna stoop low, it better be for a good fucking reason.
Yeah, and I don't think, like, I'm not sitting here being like, oh my god, these guys are like such good people for punishing this bad guy. They're all bad people. You're just kind of,
I don't know why I'm so worked up about it.
It's really interesting, and I find it hilarious. I don't assign morality to it one way or another. You just kind of watch a bunch of chaos unfold, and you're like, this is bonkers. It's one of those, kind of like if you watch something like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, they're all horrible people. You don't have anybody to root for. You're just watching the chaos of their lives, and it's funny. But it's that, but in real life. So I don't know. It's just it's interesting.
I'm sorry I was shitting all over it.
No,
I know you're just trying to share your experience with it. It just
it's
really
fine.
I don't know, man. That really just turns me off.
It is so. I bring it up now because I watched it for a second time. I showed it to Polisa, and she at first was like, wait, he doesn't know? Like, she was a little hesitant at first too, and then like about halfway through, she was like, oh yeah. okay, I'm in. Like, so I see where you're coming from. Maybe on paper it's a different experience than watching it, but it's interesting if not anything else. There's nothing else like it that I've ever seen. This guy that they're doing this to is like one of the only people that I'm absolutely convinced is like, I don't know, are you an alien? Like, he's just so weird and up his own ass. Like, it's not like a douchebag dickhead getting his comeuppance. It's just like this weird, just strange little horrible man. I don't know. I'm not going to sell you on it, but I had a very interesting experience watching it a second time and watching it with Polisa, and we talked about it like the whole night afterwards because it's just it's unlike anything I've ever seen. So if you want something different, it's sure different.
I don't think I want something different.
I know. Well,
What's even more confusing is that he's in other movies. He played an extra in Austin Powers Goldmember. He was in the movie Virtuosity as a popcorn vendor. Like a lot of small, like, that's just
they've put him in
had a
real
presidential
things.
campaign. That's weird.
I think he's in an episode of Smiling Friends too, if I remember right. Like, he is actually an actor. Like, he's not good, but like, he is in real life an actor, which is why it was believable that he thought he was getting cast as like this the next big star. Anyway, we can move on. I think, you know what, I'm realizing that the next one that I was going to talk about I've already talked about. On a completely different note. I'm sure you've probably heard of this because it's all over the freaking place. Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
I have not seen it, but
Did
yes,
you know about
I've heard the song Golden 1,000 times. It's a good song.
Oh, really?
It's a very good song. Yeah.
That's funny. We went to see it in theaters. They had like a special sing-along, yeah, showing in theaters of it. And obviously we could have just stayed home and watched it on Netflix, but we wanted to go...
You could do the communal thing.
The communal experience of... I didn't realize... I thought it was going to be a bunch of people like our age, maybe 20s. Little kids love this movie, which is surprising.
That's awesome.
Because of how deep and dark this movie really goes. How deep the rabbit hole goes, Neo. It really goes places. Like, I was crying. I mean, it doesn't take much for me to cry, but it's really, really emotional and goes places that I didn't think it would. In relation to like how young. I mean, most of these girls that were there were like 5, 6, 7, and they all had their hair done. A lot of them had their hair done like one of the girls, which is so funny. It's so cool to be like, oh, you like Rumi, you like I already forget the other two's names. The Princess Leia space bun one, you like the long haired one. Music is excellent, story is excellent, performances, a couple of them have a little bit awkwardness because they got K-pop, actual real K-pop stars to like do some of the voiceovers, so it's like, okay, you're not an actor and I can tell you did this because they're popular. But it's one of the best animated movies I've seen in a really long time, and I think I would gush about it more if not for what I'm going to talk about next.
Yeah, and I do want to see it at some point. So I'd rather, if there's something I'm interested in seeing, I try to know as little about it as possible because...
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't spoil anything.
Well, no, not even that. It's like I don't even want to know what expectations are. Because like right now, I'm very kind of new on it and I like to keep it that way because once I start getting hyped up about something, that's when, and then if I end up not liking it as much as my hype is... that's when Hipster Josh comes out, and I don't like Hipster Josh. I don't like me when I'm like that.
You don't like me when I'm hipster.
I mean, I will say I do try to do like. Oh, sorry. Cool. Sorry, my brother was sending me something. But yeah, like. I am able, if you get me riled up, then I go full hipster and get angry. But like, when we were talking about Death Stranding earlier, right? Like it was just very measured at that point. I'm like, yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. But then there are days I'm like, fuck that game. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Why do people like this? It's ridiculous. Um,
Yeah. If also
so
a side note, if you hear a bunch of weird like voices, I know my
it's Polisa.
it is please. My microphone's very I have my sensitivity, my gain up really high. Um
Hmm.
so I that's why it's so far away from me. So it picks up a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Uh she so she does these like HR, I'll keep it short. She does these like what she does for a job is like improv acting for like HR trainings. So she does right now her project that she's on is for a college, and so she has to pretend to be kids in a classroom to help train teachers. So all the time I'll just hear her like, Miss Allison, I did that before and I think it's really cool. And did you ever see this movie? And I liked it a lot. And I go home and play Minecraft. Do you play Minecraft, Miss Allison? And I'm like, it's so funny because they all have different like voice modulators, and she'll play like 5 kids at a time, but anyone else who hears it is just hearing her in her regular voice talk 5 times in a row to herself.
You mentioned Roblox is all.
Yeah, Roblox. I like
Yo,
Transformers.
did you hear about the Roblox controversy somewhat recently?
I don't think so.
So,
Oh wait, how are they trying to ban it because of kids are like I thought it was like kids are doing there's adult things happening in Roblox in the rooms
it's
and
in
stuff, so they're trying
relation to
ban
that.
it.
So because the what is it? I think over 30%, it's like 33% of their user base is under the age of like 13, right?
That's
Like
not as high as I thought it
mm,
was gonna be actually.
I mean, that's huge though. That is like considering under the age of 13, Andrew. Like think of that.
Yeah.
That's like now if you have it like 14 to like 13 to 17,
Yeah.
okay, but like that's about normally the average age for kids playing games usually. Yeah, you have kids like 8 to 9, but like if you have 33% of like millions of players, that's millions of
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
right? That's huge. So um obviously when you have that many kids on there, you're going to be attracting child predators.
Yeah.
That's just the unfortunate reality of it is. And so instead of working on their safety precautions, there's actually been vigilantes in Roblox
Mm,
who not affiliated with Roblox in any stretch. Um, for reference, there are 1.3 million players playing right now
yeah,
on
that's wild.
Roblox. That's
That's
so
insane.
if 30, that's 300,000, that's like 350,000 kids
Are
approximately,
on
right?
right
A little
now.
bit more are on right now.
Yeah.
390,000 kids under the age of 13 are
In this
playing right
very
now.
moment. That's absurd.
That's crazy, right? And so there's been vigilantes who've been basically luring child predators and then reporting it to police and getting them arrested. And
Nice.
if the reports from those vigilantes are to be true, I don't know if they are, but if they
Yeah.
are correct and they're not just blowing smoke,
Yes.
uh,
I did hear the
that
vigilantes got banned. Right?
yeah, the vigilantes got banned.
That's such fucking bullshit. Oh my
And
god.
the thing is, like, we have a robust, report system. There is the moderators from inside Roblox have complained they are understaffed. They don't have enough people to process the amount of complaints that
Which
get
I
sent to them.
believe,
And
considering these
listen,
numbers.
even if like it, like, listen, let's say the vast majority of them are false or a misunderstanding or something like that. You still need to treat every single one with the severity of what it could entail,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't just go in assuming. You have to treat everyone with the strict severity. Like it is, like it's super important.
Sure.
And they're understaffed for that. And Roblox is they make millions of dollars. Like it is Roblox makes so much fucking money. Hold on, it's I'm curious. Like, what is if I go to their Wikipedia, right, and I go to Roblox Corporation, their
They have about 2,500
revenue,
employees.
the revenue is 3.6 billion
Oh my god.
revenue, right? Their net income is like, operating income is 1.6 billion. So yeah, the revenue, how much they're earning in 2024 is 3.6 billion dollars. And you're telling me you can invest in better safety features? Like,
Yeah.
listen, I understand you're going to have to. They already have over 2,000 employees working for Roblox Corporation, right? There's a lot there, but
That's not enough.
if
That's
you're
not nearly
making
enough.
$3.6 billion a year,
Mm,
you're telling me you can't find like an extra like 30 to 40 to 100 people to work for that when you're making 3.6 billion a year?
yeah. Or
Like,
is there not some
that's
kind of
crazy.
technology now that will allow you to monitor these things more closely?
Probably. Well, they instead of putting humans on it, they just want to do AI chatbots and stuff like that, which I understand you're going to use that to help filter stuff out, and I think that's great for like automated things that are just constantly running behind the scenes to screen.
Yeah.
But I think once you submit something to a complaint, like use the AI to catch shit before it ever gets to a complaint,
Right.
and then if there is something that's submitted to your safety team, that needs to be handled by a human because you're dealing with fucking kids. You're with children. You're dealing with their lives and their safety. And it's wild to me that you are not doing enough for it. And the people who are trying to take matters into their own hands, you're like, nah, you're banned.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Is that just
Absolutely
because
bonkers.
like they don't actually want these problems solved because that means they'll have less players? So they won't make as much money?
No, my theory is that I don't think that would be the. I mean, yeah, they wouldn't make as much. I don't think they're worried about that. They make so much money, it's not going to be much of it. It's mainly just going to be bad press. They were too afraid of bad press, but now it's out. That's the thing. Like, if
Yeah.
they would have just gotten out in front of it, be like, listen, this is a like you like this is what there's a lot of kids that play this, and we are going don't you don't if you don't want to mention the predator thing to because of PR stuff and like you don't want to like bad advertising, I can understand that, but you could at least just say something to the effect of like, hey, we have a lot of kids who play our game, and it is our top priority that their safety is our top priority. Here is what we do to keep kids in this game
Yeah,
safe, and
it's your
then list
obligation.
everything out. You could list a laundry list of things, and even if like I'm not saying to do this, but even if like half of them are bullshit, you would wow the parents to the point like, look at all these safety measures. But no, you didn't do anything because you were too afraid of doing that. Like, I don't know, it just I mean, I've already never wanted my daughter to play Roblox anyway. Um but this just like further cemented it. Even if they added a bunch of people now, it's like too late. Like,
Yeah.
they also already have like a really what is it like it's a very exploitive system because they make money off like people can make games in Roblox and
Yeah.
sell them, and Roblox will take a cut, which
Right.
totally fair. The person used their engine to do it, but it just seems like I don't have an issue with that on its surface level, but when it seems like it seems a lot more exploitive than other stuff, and I'm just not a fan of that.
Yeah. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth.
Hmm.
That's
So anyway,
so
that
frustrating.
that just it's a wild thing. So yeah,
Greed.
they sent a YouTuber named Schlep was the one who
Schlep.
was the Schlep was the one who was the vigilante, but what is it? The Attorney General in Louisiana filed a protection lawsuit against Roe.
Oh.
So shit's going. It's they responded to the lawsuit earlier in August, but so we'll see what comes of it. But it's crazy, man.
What a weird time for video games. The more,
I
like,
mean,
the
it's
more they,
Roblox is an abhorrent company, man.
I believe it. The bigger these things get, the more billions of dollars that are involved. Like, there's no way it's not going to get this shitty.
That's why you got to get rid of like these mega corporations, man. Like,
I
there's
know.
got to be. I mean, I don't. But I agree with my dad has said this a bunch of times, and I agree to an extent. I don't begrudge a company or somebody making money. I don't begrudge them being successful. I don't begrudge them doing well. And also, like, I wouldn't have an issue with capitalism if it wasn't for the fact of like, if you are a CEO who brings in millions in bonuses and your employees can
Yeah.
barely make ends meet or whatnot, like, then that's crazy to me. Like, I still, like, I understand as a CEO, like, your wealth and income live and die by how well the company's doing. So you front a lot more risk than an employee would. So I get why that generally comes with a higher compensation. With that said, your employees still need to live. So if you like, you can't, like, I don't understand this weird thing of like glorifying the people who make so much money when they're doing jack shit to help the people that actually work for them.
Right.
And
that's
the
why
companies that do this well are generally the ones that, like, Costco treats their employees, from what I've heard, very well. Arizona iced tea, they are eating the brunt of the tariffs right now. They are keeping their iced tea 99 cents still, which
Ben
is
and
crazy.
Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's.
And that's why we stand Satoru Iwata. I always think
Yes.
about how he cut his salary so that they wouldn't have to lay off.
From my understanding, he's still a great man. I'm not taking anything away from it. There is a difference in like Japanese business law that kind of encouraged that too. But that's I heard that somewhere. I don't know how true that is.
Okay. Well, still, when how often do you hear about that here? Some
Never.
tech billionaire, company's about to go under. Oh no, well, let me get all these tax, fucking. Now I was gonna say, like, tax breaks, and then I'm thinking of WB and how shitty they've been the past, like, basically forever, but especially in the last like 5 years or so, like, making entire movies. They don't screen well because they're notorious for like some of the worst executive meddling in movies. It doesn't screen well because you fucked
David
it up.
Zaslav or whatever his name is.
Yeah. And then they're just like, oh, okay, well, instead of releasing this movie, we'll just cancel it and take the tax write-offs. And then all those people who worked on that movie, all of the, like, I'm thinking of like the Batgirl movie, a bunch of animated shows that got pulled. Like, I've ranted
It's
about
coming
this before,
out, but the Wile Coyote versus Acme.
yeah, it is coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out at some point.
Okay, good.
It's being released somewhere.
Nice. I hope I can watch that without supporting them.
Well, I don't know. Hold on, let me see. It's coming out next year, supposedly.
Okay, that's good because apparently it screened really well. Like, a lot of people were like, "This is the best, one of the best cartoon live action,
Like Looney Tunes things in a while." There was also The Day the Earth Blew Up or something like that, was somewhat recent, and that was apparently really good too.
Yeah, I did hear good things about that. Yeah. Anyway, I've got two more things. One is pretty quick. I guess they re-released another thing that they put in theaters, but I saw finally for the first time. I saw Shin Godzilla. Are you into like monster movies, kaiju, and stuff like that?
Not really.
So
part of it also is my younger brother Mike watched the '96 Godzilla film on repeat for years.
The Matthew Broderick one.
Yeah,
I think it was like '98 maybe, but yeah.
It's not good.
Oh God. There are things that I still like about that movie, but it never should have been a Godzilla movie. It's so funny. They hate that movie so much in Japan, they just call it Zilla. They're like, we took the god out.
That's funny.
But yeah, so Shin Godzilla, or in Japanese, New Godzilla, it's a wildly different take on the creature itself. And it was I think his name is Hideaki Anno, the creator of Evangelion. He directed it.
Okay.
And it's just it's gross. Shin Godzilla, directed by Hideaki Anno. Yeah. I gotta watch Evangelion or finish it, restart it. I watched it little bits and parts here and there, but I need to go back and actually like properly watch that one. It is weird and gross, and like the Godzilla monster itself is like, it looks like it's in pain all the time. Like it mutates and it's bleeding, and it's got these big dead googly eyes, and it's really really cool. I don't think I liked it as much as Godzilla -1 because I really liked the human story that they told in that one. But there's a lot of the commentary, the human parts of the story that I like in this one the most, are really interesting. And it's basically about how what I'm perceiving from this is his whole point is that Japan is completely overbloated with bureaucracy, because this big creature comes up on shore and starts destroying shit, and then committees and meetings and directors of this and ministers of this are all like trying to figure out like, oh, we can't do this without this and this and this, and then their shit's getting wrecked because they're not actually they're almost over prepared for this. Hideaki Anno, it makes sense now. Godzilla itself resembles one of those white angels from Evangelion. My son wanted to watch it, and I said no. Yeah, maybe start with, I don't know how old your son is, but like maybe start with like maybe start with the legendary one. Start with the one from like 2016, I think. Even though it's not the best one, I think it's like it's a safe one to start with. And then if you want to get sad, but watch a better movie, watch Godzilla -1. But yeah, so it's like all these, the prime minister is just like, I have like, he's trying to, they're talking about like Japanese politics and stuff of like gaming.
Yeah.
Everybody answers to somebody, and there's all this stuff going on behind the scenes, and then they're so quote prepared that they're not actually prepared, and then disaster strikes. And I don't know if this is supposed to be like this is for tsunamis and earthquakes, because this was, I don't know if this is supposed to be in reference to like the 2011 tsunami, or because historically Godzilla has been a commentary on the nuclear fallout and stuff after World War II. But it's really a really interesting take to see them be like, you gotta do something. And then but you're interesting also, you see the other side of that coin when America steps in and they're like, just nuke the fucker. And then you're getting like, oh my god, you want to drop a third nuke on Japan? Do you have any idea? Like, what the fuck are you even? And so there's this like empty
America.
Yeah, America. There's this soulless, like, complete lack of human empathy from the American side, but they are like getting shit done. And it's like, I think it's trying to say like the answer is somewhere between the two. Like, you can't act without thinking, but you can't also think so much that you don't act.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like that is the truth with most things, where, there's usually the truth of a matter usually lies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
With most things.
Yeah, that's just how I took it and perceived it, but definitely still a solid monster movie. The creature design is gross but really cool, kind of iconic. It has one line or like one moment that solidifies it, where it's like, instead of the typical atomic breath where it's like kind of a beam, kind of flamethrowery, it like the breath gets so hot that it kind of condenses down into like a laser, which is a new thing for Godzilla. And it's just like, it's cutting buildings in half and planes and stuff with these lasers. And the effects are really cool, and much like Godzilla -1, I think was done on a relatively small budget. I think Godzilla -1 was done for like $10 million.
Really?
Yeah, it was astonishingly low. Have you seen that?
I heard that was great. No, I haven't. I heard it was great though.
Very, very good. It's so good of a movie that like you could replace Godzilla with any natural disaster and it would still be just as compelling. Like, it's not necessarily about Godzilla, but again, like going back to the Godzilla,
I think the fact that it is Godzilla makes it cooler.
Oh, totally, yeah. And it's also like going back to, at least in -1, because this one takes place in World War II, so it's like it's a 1-to-1. Like, yep, this is representing the nuclear holocaust. But yeah, Shin Godzilla, very
Nice.
cool, very weird. Now the last thing, I had this
Yeah,
whole.
I'm starting to fade, so this
I
might
know.
have to be it.
Yeah, it's the last thing. I had this whole plan of like coming in here and just like absolutely glazing these movies, but I know I still will.
I'm on Command Kinsey.
Yep, we're all three of us. The
Arcing ropes of
shooting hot ropes over these two movies. You were just saying how like if a movie feels overhyped, then you don't like it as much. I'll
Yeah.
try to temper my hype a little bit. I saw 2 movies. There was a 1 and a 2, and I'm just gonna have to say it. They were both so good that it made me angry. Did you ever see a movie or play a game that's so good that you're like, God damn it! Now I have to change my top 10 lists. I have to tell everybody about these movies. I have to be so annoying about these movies.
Sadly, in a weird sense, no, and it's because there are very few movies that and any media that I've taken that genuine, like if it genuinely blows me away, I just get excited that it blew me away. There's very few. I don't have a top 10 of anything. I can't tell you what my top 10 favorite movies or games are.
Man.
I couldn't. There's too many things. There's too many games that I like. It's too overwhelming because I like too many of them. So it's
know.
hard for me to pick.
It is really hard.
But anyway, so the movies that you saw.
Yes, so they are called they're Chinese animations. It's called Nezha, Nezha.
Oh, I've been seeing advertisements for it.
Yeah, the English dub just came out for the second one. So they've been kind of blowing that up, and they putting it in theaters and stuff. But it came out a couple of years ago, I think. But I finally got around to watching the first one. It's on Netflix. Second one's I think probably still in theaters right now. It's kind of like Avatar, kind of like Kung Fu Panda. It follows like a traditional Chinese story, a la Son Goku. The Wukong Journey to the
You mean
West.
like the Journey to the West? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like about deities and gods and stuff, but it is. I genuinely, both of them are so good and so. There isn't a better word for this, but this word's gotten so diluted. They are epic. Like they're in the very definition of the word, especially the second one. They're so, at one point there's this gigantic battle, and there's both sides, their numbers are so high that when they clash and they make it look like water, like waves crashing, and the particle effects.
Cool.
And yeah, it's very stylistic, very almost like, how Princess Kaguya, have we talked about that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. There's a Ghibli movie that's called Princess Kaguya. And it kind of goes out of its way, or it doesn't go out of its way to, maybe I should say it's not afraid to be really grandiose and really like, there are scenes where you're like, okay, you're meant to pause the movie here and be like, what the fuck? That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's an otherworldliness to it. It's not afraid to be huge and sweeping and beautiful for the sake of being beautiful. Like, almost sometimes it's like, this is too pretty. But there are certain aspects that still keep it like very grounded, like the main character of Nezha being like he's kind of a little shit. He's a little kid. And he's born, so it's like the gist of the story is there's these 2 gems. There's a spirit gem and a demon gem, and they're both the 2 main characters are born from each gem. So this kid Nezha is born from the demon gem, and this deity comes down and is like, hey, that kid's super evil, I'm gonna kill him. And then his human mom is like, no, that's still my son. And so she raises this demon baby, and much like the Kung Fu Pandas in the Avatars, there's a bunch of incredible fight scenes. The effects are just so beautiful. They have just a bajillion dollars for the budget. I want to know, what I really want to know is how long, especially the second movie, took to render. Because I know that shit probably took a long ass time. I know I'm being very vague, but
I think that's a good way to pitch it to me.
okay. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into specifics because there's a lot going on. The characters are all really cool. Dealing with demons and deities and kind of interpolitics.
That sounds up my alley.
Yeah,
it does.
It's very cool, and they both also have a ton of heart. I cried at both movies just because of how moving the dialogue was and the performances. And so we actually watched the first one in Mandarin, and we wanted to watch the second one in Mandarin as well with subtitles, but they're only showing it in English right now. So we got a little bit of both, and the dub's pretty good. The dub's pretty solid. They got some big names, like Michelle Yeoh plays his mom. But I definitely, if given the choice, would probably have preferred Mandarin. Sometimes they do kind of weird things with the lip flaps where they'll like make a character stutter in order to fill it, and it feels just a bit awkward. But for the most part, really, really interesting. And the powers that they have, what they do with like kind of the magic and the spells and stuff, and seeing. We've watched so much Japanese media that seeing how seeing a Chinese mythological story and how they would do that, and the differences between Chinese and Japanese media has been really interesting too. Like, it's so Chinese, and I know it's like, yeah, obviously, I think if you watched it, you would know what I mean, but. Highly recommend. It's one, like I said, I wasn't kidding about like now I have to change my top 10 list, because I think if we're talking about animated movies, I think the second one probably is up there in my top 10 animated movies of all time. They might both be. I have to really think about it. They're both really, really good.
I have to consider it.
Yeah.
I haven't. Yeah, that sounds like a good level of hype for me. I don't know if I end up not liking it, I don't think I'll go hipster Josh on it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I would check out the first one. It's on Netflix. So good, and I recommend that.
You're learning how to pitch me. I'm like, that's right. Just tamper down your love. Make it so you don't show how much you love something, and then I'll love it too.
They're pretty good. I mean, it's no Clerks, but.
It definitely is probably better than Clerks. Let's be real. I love Clerks, but so much from a nostalgic standpoint versus something actually like there's a lot like that movie is different.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to watching it. Maybe we do a little media trade again, and if I watch Clerks, maybe you watch Nisha. Yeah.
How long is it?
It's a kids movie, quote air quotes, so probably between an hour and a half and 2 hours.
How do you spell it?
NE space ZHA. Nezha.
Oh, Neza. Okay. Nezha. Okay, I see. All right. Oh, the animation looks really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's a kids movie. It's an hour and 50 minutes.
Okay, well that's still within an hour and a half to 2 hours.
But it's a long movie. But that's fine. I like long. I don't mind long. It's fine.
I feel like 2 hours is like normal amount.
Hour and 38 minutes is generally considered like the perfect. Like 68 minutes is like not 60. I'm sorry. 90 minutes usually is what people go for. 90 to 98 minutes. That's like a prime hour and a half movie.
That's surprising. Maybe it's just the movies that I watch, but I feel like when I see a movie that's an hour and a half, I'm like, oh, that's a kid's movie. Like those are short.
Movies now are longer than they used to be. If you go back and you see most like like Spaceballs, right?
Yeah,
Let me see. How long is the runtime for Spaceballs? Maybe I'm completely wrong with hour 36 minutes for Spaceballs.
that's wild.
Um, a lot of the movies we grew up watching. I wonder what's the first Transporter movie, Just out of curiosity, I have no idea.
I'd say probably like an hour
Hour
45.
32 minutes.
Wow, hour and a
A
half.
lot of movies used to be an hour 32 minutes. Now they're longer because since movies
Do you think because of
have
Marvel?
gotten what, sorry?
You think because of Marvel?
A lot of it well, it's because Matt Damon talked about this on an episode of Hot Ones a couple years ago. One of the reasons movie studios don't take as much risks as they used to is because of the lack of home media now.
Yeah.
You could like the companies could willingly bank on a certain amount of money being sold, like a certain amount of DVD copies, home media copies of a movie being sold, even if it wasn't huge. So if they could bank on smaller budget things because they would know it wouldn't make the money back at the box office, but the DVD sales would always help them to exceed that and actually make money off the movie.
Yeah.
And you could sell DVDs on a lot of I mean, you would hear stories, like the first Austin Powers movie, for example, right? Did awful in the box office, but then did super popular in the home rental market.
Yeah. Scott Pilgrim. Same thing.
Scott Pilgrim, similar thing, right? So it grows in popularity because people buy the media afterwards. Like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that came out because, whatever. So, they don't have that anymore, though. That market is gone, or it's significantly hampered, like by a large portion. So, what do movie theaters have to do what do movie companies have to do to get you in to see films? They have to make it a spectacle. They have to make it a reason for you to travel to the cinema, to go to a theater. It can't just be, I'm going to try out this new random rom-com that with an actor I might not have heard of type of thing. Because audiences aren't taking risks as much, so why should the movie studios, and you can't blame them because how many people are just watching shit at home? Oh, I'll just wait till it gets on demand, or I'll just wait till I can buy it off of Amazon, till it's on Netflix, till it's on whatever, right? So they can't take as many risks as they used to. So all of the movies are your Marvels. They're these big epic adventures, which are fine, but we're missing that middle ground. And I do think this year I've seen a little bit of a shift with it. We were talking about it, I think, 3 weeks ago when I talked about, the Naked Gun movie and everything like that. There's a lot of movies that are coming out now that are really popular, that are doing well in the box office. And they're not movies that you would really expect to do really well at the box office. K-pop Demon Hunters, for Christ's sake, right?
That did crazy numbers in theaters.
And it started off as a streaming thing, but because they could do the sing-along thing, it worked out really well. The Naked Gun in general has done very well. There was another movie that a buddy of mine, Matt Storm, saw and really liked, and I can't remember what it is. Popular movies 2025. I'm just curious, what's coming up in terms of best movies of 2025 so far. Let me see if there's anything that I think of.
We talked about
F1 did really well.
Yeah, we talked about this, I think, 3 weeks ago. There was a Mission Impossible this year, which was probably the big one.
Mission Impossible, yeah. But that's also a big spectacle thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that it did well and everything like that. But, I'm looking for movies that aren't necessarily your big...
So Ninja 2 is now the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
I mean, but it's still an epic, though. I think the point I'm trying to make, it's not, and that's not to denigrate Ninja, just to be clear. The point I'm trying to find movies that have done well, that aren't trying to be this big epic movie.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That's kind of more what I'm.
Weapons, I think, is doing really well. I'm not into
Weapons,
horror.
yeah. Weapons did really well. Thank you. That's a. Oh my gosh! For Christ's sake, it's K-pop Demon Hunters F1. Hold on, what's the one that God damn it, Oh, Superman's also epic. Sinners.
Oh my god. Oh my
It was
god.
2024, but still, it's like it came out in like Christmas of 2024, so it's basically
Yeah, I
2025.
mean, I saw it this year. Uh, Ninja
I
2
still need to see it, and I've heard it's
is
phenomenal.
creeping up on Sinners for my favorite movie of the year. I'd have to really sit down and think about which one I liked
Sinners is
more.
still 2 hours and 17 minutes, but to me though,
Yeah,
that's still like one. I'm okay with that to an extent because it's like like Ryan Coogler's kind of like an auteur, and
sure.
he's trying to tell a story, and a lot of the stuff like what he like that movie Sinners, I've heard is phenomenal.
Hmm.
That probably wasn't a movie most movie studios would have banked on as being like a hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it wasn't Ryan Coogler, probably not. But his
And even
pedigree,
then, like
or not pedigree, his
he like that's the reason he was able to make it. Like if it was just as good as what it is now, it probably wouldn't have been made if it wasn't for Ryan
right,
Coogler having the sway he
his
does,
portfolio.
but because of his portfolio, right? So the fact that he like it's a movie that like I don't know, I think that's cool to see movies that wouldn't typically be made are doing well in theaters
Yeah,
now.
I hope it paves the
Um,
way for more movies like that because that movie is incredible. I mean, it's all
I
right. I mean, you can watch it
no,
if
no,
you want to.
I don't think the hipster side of me is gonna come out too much with that. But
Yeah,
like, I think it's cool to see movies, the not smaller budget movies, because I know Cinder was, excuse me, it was probably a pretty big budget, but
yeah,
movies that aren't trying to go for this big epic thing and like that, like movies that aren't necessarily inherently marketable are doing well in the
yeah.
theaters.
Or trying to start a franchise.
Yes, and even I know I keep going back to Naked Gun, but it's because it's the only one of these that I've mentioned that I've seen. Um, but like I think just that one, like yeah, it's a franchise, but it's a franchise that's been long dormant, and a lot of people weren't sure. Like, how do you like comedies in theaters are not comedies in general just aren't as popular as they used to be.
Yeah, they don't do as well because I imagine because now with how accessible comedy is on social media with TikToks, I'm seeing trailers for movies and I'm like, oh my god, that's so and so. Like a random TikToker will like be in a movie now. It's like
Hmm.
because they made their fame making funny content on TikTok. Um,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Well, I have.
anyway,
I know I said that was the last thing, but you said Matt Storm or Mike Storm or something. Something.
Matt Storm,
Matt Storm
Matt
reminded me.
aka Storm again, and
Storm
they're a great
again.
podcaster.
Nice. I. That reminded me of because I am who I am. I am all that I am. It reminded me of Storm the Albatross from Sonic. One last thing that I experienced that I can't. I guess I could put off till next time, but it's more timely. This previous weekend was the beta for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which I wanted to talk about when we were talking about Rift in Time, because they do that same kind of. It's called that because after the first lap, whoever's in first gets to pick a different track, and then you go through this like teleporting ring, and like
Oh,
seamlessly you're on the next level. So
that's kind of cool.
yeah, it's a really cool gimmick. I do kind of wish that and I hope that there's an option to like turn that off and you can just stick to one track per race. But I do really like it. And it's a solid racing game. The fandom, as far as I can tell, is basically just treating it as Sonic Riders 3. If you remember the
Hmm.
Sonic Riders where they are on like the hoverboards. So this
Hmm.
is like the third Sonic car racing game. But they're bringing back the hoverboards, and any character can use the hoverboards in this one. So when I was playing the beta, most people were using the hoverboards, and I was like, you remember Sonic Riders, because like I don't really care about the cars. I don't think many people care about Sonic driving a car, but riding a hoverboard is
No.
badass. And I had a lot of fun with it. I played
What if he was riding chili
a
dogs?
chili dog hoverboard. You could make that because a cool thing in this one is you can customize your
Oh, yeah.
rides with like different colors and different parts and decals and stuff. So you could definitely make a hoverboard that looks like a chili dog, and I'm sure somebody's going to if they haven't already, because that functionality was in the demo, which was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with it. I I wish they were a little bit more risky with not trying to just do everything Mario Kart. There's a lot of like, this feels only in here because it's in Mario Kart. I wish it was kind of like paving its own way a little bit. But I had a lot of fun with it. Netcode was solid. It felt like I was just playing couch multiplayer with like 16 other people. Graphics are great. It's beautiful. It's fun. Really fun character interactions at the beginning of every race. You get assigned like a rival. And so your character and that character have like a character specific interaction at the beginning of every race, which is cool. So a lot of trash talking, some really wholesome ones like between Tails and Cream the Rabbit, who's like that little kid character. A lot of fun. I would say that I would recommend it, but I think the beta is over.
I'm not a racing fan though, so I don't know if it would really work for me. Even like I'm a Mario fan and I don't like Mario Kart.
Oh wow.
You know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not even a hipster thing. Like I don't, but there's two types of media when I dislike something. The hipster Josh is I dislike this and I don't understand why it's so popular. That's where the hipster comes out.
Okay.
Then there's I dislike something, but I see why so many people do like it,
Right.
and I wish I liked it.
It's not for me.
I.e., your Dark Souls, i.e., fighting games, i.e., Mario Kart, stuff like that, where it's like, I see why people like this. I wish I liked it.
Gotcha. That's fair.
We're
Well,
learning more about the origins of hipster Josh.
hipster Josh. Hosh. Yeah. I mean,
That's my high school band's name.
Hosh. I have my own hipster moments. My biggest one is probably Hadestown. I've talked about it before. I was listening to the concept album in 2010, 2011. And then I wouldn't shut up about it then. And I always thought like, man, this would make a great play. And then it went on off Broadway. I went to go see it. I bought tickets day one, got the front row, cried the whole time. It was amazing. Still didn't shut up about it. Still nobody was like, oh, okay, whatever. People that I showed it to loved it, obviously. And then it made it to Broadway, and it won like 14 or 15 Tonys, and suddenly everybody's like, oh my god, Hadestown, do you know this thing called Hadestown? And I'm like, don't you
I was there on the ground floor, you bitches.
don't you quote the old magic to me, which I was there when it was written.
Good Narnia pull there.
Thank you. I've never seen it or read it, but I know that line.
It's a good one. I want to read my daughter those books when she's old enough.
Oh.
Anyway, I am
think it's
tired.
time. Yeah.
I need to relax a bit before bed.
Yeah.
So
Don't we all? Oh my god. With the with everything that both of us have talked about off mic, yeah, I think we're due for some chillaxing. This was one of my favorite episodes ever. This was great. I loved all the characters. I mean, you all are characters. I love all the chat interactions that we had. We had a lot of cool people
we appreciate it.
showing up, and thank you all for hanging. Whether you're a guy, a gal, a non-binary pal, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, go to therapy. And I talked a lot about a lot of things that I want to recommend, but I'm gonna say watch Ninja 1 and 2. Any words of wisdom,
All right.
Josh, before we sign off, or anything you want to plug or shout out?
Stroopwafel.
Oh God, I'm coming! Fuck!
I can imagine police would be like, "What's happening?" Anyway, don't eat the Shremo. Yeah,
Don't eat the Shremo,
it's funny.
you Sleemo.